Morning and welcome to today's video on the Wildlands, where we're slowly building our off-grid paradise in central Portugal near Castelo Branco. And today's job, you can see behind me, we've got some IBCs. We've got 4 new IBCs, 1,000 litres each, giving us 8,000 litres of IBCs on the land. So you can see 3 of the IBCs there. The 4th one is behind me. So the plan is take 2 of these down. I'll show you with walking cam as we walk towards what will ultimately be our plant nursery. As you walk into the fruit forest, which is there in front of me, we've got this gap here. So that was where Frank, the digger, moved some of the soil to make this bank here flat. So we're going to put 2 IBCs there, and then the area behind me, which is the entrance to the nursery, I'm going to start today putting a fence up and making a rustic gate. In July 2021, with the increase in travel restrictions caused by Brexit and the pandemic, we decided to buy off-grid land in Portugal to live a more sustainable lifestyle.
Follow along with our journey as we turn our beautiful but derelict land into our very own slice of off-grid heaven. Wildlands.
So you've got Martin's garden with Martin on the left, and the pile of manure delivered by Frank, which is turning slowly green. So from here all the way along in front of where the IBCs are, and then where our raspberries are, where I've already put a couple of fence posts in there. The fence is going to come all around there and double up as support for the raspberries. It's going to continue along here past where our pile of wood is, and for now it's going to stop just here. So originally the area where you can see my shadow was going to be a parking space, but it's a bit of a slant, so we're going to remove some of the Brita gravel from there, and Missy wants to put 2 IBCs here and here because we're quite high up from the fruit forest, which is through there. And the idea Missy has got is we want to put in drip irrigation and hope that if we have 2 IBCs high up here, that when they're full or partially full, that the gravity down to the fruit forest will provide enough pressure for her or for us to be able to use drip irrigation on some of the beds where the arbour is. So that's today's jobs, and I'm particularly excited about building a rustic gate for the entrance to the nursery. So I've got some wood that I saved for the shade area, our shade house, and that's just wood that I like the shape or feel of in its rough state. So I'm going to use some of that and make a gate. So I think the gate's going to go roughly in the gap where the IBCs currently are, but we'll get them all moved later and put into situ. And then the 2 IBCs that I showed you at the beginning of the video at the bottom, going into the big area that Frank cleared to borrow the soil, we're going to fill those by gravity again from the 4 IBCs that are hidden here behind the bamboo. And over the past 2 weeks in the lead up to Christmas, we've had rain on and off for about 10 days. Not a great deal, drizzle some days, but we've managed to collect 3,000 litres of water in our 4 current IBCs. I'm very pleased about that. So we're going to use gravity to take the water out of those and fill the ones up down the bottom, so that we don't need to build a separate roof for them. Then we'll store that water over the winter, ready for the growing season in the spring and late spring. So exciting jobs ahead. Let's get building gates. So I'm going to build my gate first and then do the fence posts to fit the size of the gate, but I think quite a large gate so that we can access with wheelbarrows and so on. So as you've seen in previous videos, we use lithium battery powered tools here on the Wildlands, which are absolutely fabulous. So we've got 2 bars left, so should be enough power to get chopping some gate material. So that's my rough gate shape with a kind of straight edge at the bottom and a wonky top, and the trellis slats just at the side for measuring purposes. So I've got me side parts of the gate done and cut to size, and what I'm going to do now is the uprights, like this big tree running down the side. I'm going to screw that on here, and then I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut it, and then I'm going to repeat that until it's very sturdy. So part 1, so I've got my sides on, very rustic. So next it's getting the wiggly bits up there and then sawing off the long ends with the jigsaw, and we will have a rustic gate. But I'm just going to stop for my lunch. And there's my lunch, ramen noodles. Look at that. With all kinds of different mushrooms, so I'll be back on my gate once I've finished that. Good lunch, missy. Even though it's all going down my beard. Nom 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 nom.
Mind your fingers.
Yeah. Saw not long enough.
Oh dear.
So we've got to go get old school saw.
What's an old school saw? Oh,
One of these.
One without a battery. When does that work?
It's man powered or woman powered. Man saw. I want to tidy all these up later. And obviously it's all a bit hit and miss because all this is natural wood, so it's not straight, but just wanted to get a rough idea that it's in the right place.
What you doing, Dom?
I'm cutting the knobbles off, the little side branches.
I want to say a quick thanks to my dad who provided both those loppers that you're using and the bow saw. Thanks, Dad!
Rickety gate.
It looks very nice, that, Dom. I quite like that. That's not what I wanted to happen.
Whoops.
Casualty.
Man down!
Oops. You got all the right equipment out there to square it all off.
A rake.
and this is a level now as well, is it?
Yeah. There's a gate now. It's like France, you can't come in. No entry for the English.
I've got papers.
You got papers?
Yeah.
So there's a gate. So that's where I'm stopping. I'm going to sit down, have a beer. And weather's absolutely stunning for the end of December, even though we're in Portugal. It feels about 20 something, so low 20s I think, but it's quite hot to work in, but I'm not complaining for the end of December. So the plan is to put uprights in here, and then obviously on this side I haven't started at all. So this little pile here is the bits that I chopped off the gate and the fence and lopped off the little side shoots on bits of pine, and they're going in the fire. So that's the left side up, and now I've just got to trim off the overhangs, and then I can start doing the uprights on both sides, just contemplating hinges as well. And then these 3 uprights here are not level, so the bottom one is at the right height and then the next one is a bit high, so I need to bash them in a bit. So it's taking shape. The next job is to do the ones going this way up the sides where the gate is going to hang, and then the same on that side. So I've set the gap from here to here at 50 centimeters, which is for one side of the slats going up, and then the other side is 52 centimeters, so I'll adjust that. Day 2, about 6 hours work. So both the fronts are done, and then the sides are done, and then this will be where the gate hangs. So the gate's going to hang off this side, but it's pretty rigid. Morning. So day 3 of the fence build, and today I'm doing the arch. So I'm cutting long, thickish bits of timber to about 6 foot, which I've propped up here, as you can see. And then I'm going to use a spirit level to level the top according to how they're sitting on the ground, and then they'll screw in to here. And then got to double up on the back here with another 2. I'm making it up as we go along. So at the moment they're 6 foot high, which means the arch will be here, so it might be too high. But we'll see how we go with some bit more wood cutting. So I've made 2 roof bits using a 45-degree angle on the miter saw, which is here, and then along the inside of the roof I'm going to cut some planks into a triangle at 45 degrees to go like that, to give that rigidity. So that's my next chore. So they're my strengtheners. Look at that. So obviously it wasn't off where I bent it to fit that.
Well, you're working with branches, aren't you? As
True.
opposed to, you know, poles or something, and they're organic and they're bendy, so...
I said that's not too bad. They're both roughly the same. Next drawer is...
Where are they going?
What, these?
Yeah?
They're the roof.
So it's front ways on like that?
Yeah, something like this. Like that.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Instead of screwing through here, we're screwing through the pine frontage.
Underneath the arch instead of through the arch.
Because it won't matter as it's all wiggly, because I can, when I'm doing the lattice work, some of it can go under and then here it can go over. So I think it'll be alright.
Hey! You made a thing!
Okay, some bone.
Cool.
Duty gate hinges and a lot of screws, different thicknesses and lengths in large quantities, so that we've got spares for when we've got other jobs to do. And I bought a few new drill bits because they're always useful, and a few new screw ends. So I've got all my tools out. So got the roof on, propped up the gate. So things left to do is got to trellis out the sides, trellis up the middle of the roof, do some front bits here with a sign for the nursery. Gate is just currently propped up on a stick, so I've got to put the hinges to that on. So yeah, looks pretty cute, I think. So I've started doing the front. So you can see I've put the first twiggy bit of wood up. I've put these corner bits on, and then I'm going to fill in from the twig up to the top, and then we're going to have a sign. And then round this side, you can see with the lovely sun, I've started doing the top on the side facing me, but not started the other side yet, so I'm going to go to do that. I've kind of nearly finished that, I think. And then if I swing you around, I'll put another one in there, and I've now got to do up the top there. So being a really good YouTuber, I hung the gate and I didn't film it. So the gate works, look, my magic. Ta-da! The gate! Morning, morning, and welcome back to the Wildlands. And thanks for watching this video, which is quite long, on my build of our archway and entrance into the nursery area. So yesterday I wasn't very efficient on my YouTubing, and I hung the gate and I didn't film it because I was working on my own. So I'll just give you a bit of an update on where I'm at this morning and what I've got to do today, to see how far I can get towards finishing the build on the gate area. So let's have a look. So I found a lovely, fairly smooth bit of olive root, which I screwed onto the side of the gate, and he used a bit of rope that I just found lying around, so all very basic, and the gate works very well. And the hanging of the gate, I just put a piece of flat decking on the side, which is screwed onto this pole here, which goes into the ground at the bottom so it can hold the weight. I reinforced all the gate. I've got to tidy this up here where I had to put this wood in for the hinges. So I've got 2 hinges. I strengthened the gate up, and as you can see, it's all working very well. Very basic. But the gate opens nicely, plenty of room for a wheelbarrow to get through. So that's where we're at today. So jobs to do. So I've got to go down the land and collect some more to fill this section in here at the top, and then round the side there. It's a bit messy at the top. I've got to trim that off and do a bit more there. And I'll probably add a few more slats here and there, but already working. So I'm really pleased with that. That's very funky. And then, as I mentioned earlier in the video, where the sort of rustic picket fence ends here, I'm going to fence along here to this pine tree. And then again, you can see I've already put in a couple of fence posts by the raspberries. So we're going to fence round from here round the corner, then all the way round here. And we've got to clear this wood under the tarp there, which has collected a lot of water. I've got several bags of cement on a pallet, so I've got to clear all that. And then this is Mrs. IBC, which is going to be used for drip irrigation, which is going to go at the end of what we were calling the VIP parking, but it's too slopey, so we're not going to use this for parking. And you can see I'm now round the side of the fruit forest, which you can see down the bottom on the terraces there. So the plan is we'll have a sign for the nursery up the top, and then I've also got to finish the path here. So we've got a lot of manure there that needs to be moved down to the fruit forest, and then that bed will be used. And this large area that we've cleared at the bottom, we will have a table and chairs in this gap here, and then once a month maybe we're going to open up our polytunnel as a little nursery to sell plants. And there's quite a few people selling plants in the area, but with my past experience on tropical type plants and bamboos, so we plan to grow plants that are not easily available for sale locally, that do well in the Portuguese climate, and try and get a little bit of niche on the market, and have some lovely bamboos and semi-tropical plants, as well as unusual vegetables and seeds of vegetables that are not as readily available locally, unusual tomatoes and that kind of thing. So all very exciting. So I'm going to get back to adding some more twigs. So the front is done, quite pleased with that. So the wood you can see there is from an old barrel that we found on a walk. I should say it was from an old barrel that Goff found on a walk and brought back to burn, but I like the wood, so I've utilised it there. It's very old, a little bit rotten, so I've done the front there too. So now I've got to have a look and see what I want to do on that side, but it's looking lovely. very pleased with that. Cost about 15 euros, which is a bargain. It's all reclaimed wood. It was just the hinges for the gate and a lot of screws that cost the money. So recycled and a bargain. Quite hard work, but very enjoyable. Really pleased with it. It looks great. So thanks very much for watching, and as always, thanks for your subs, your likes and your comments. Let me know what you think of the gate and the arch in the comments, and I'll see you very soon. So again, thanks for watching and all your support, and I'll say ta-ra for now. Ciao.